can't build the futures that we want without being able to first imagine them. And I think our ability to be able to imagine futures is so critically important in this moment.
AfroRithms SynBiosis. We are dedicated in creating optimistic futures through the lens of African, Indigenous, queer, future thinking. This evening, we are going to create a space of conversation. That means I'm coming to talk to you. We want your radical imagination.
If I could speak to you, plainly and clearly, I would abandon myself of my sense of failure and seek you out from a place of love. I speak to you, Earth child, descended of my love. You are whole, and for you, we create.
If you think about what's unfolding in the world right now, we're in a moment where we've got these incredibly powerful exponential technologies, artificial intelligence, synthetic biology. We figured out ways to take these metaphors from engineering to make computer chips, build bridges, have incredible technologies that are shaping our lives and our futures. Things like having cells that can manufacture jet fuel, or materials that can be made out of living materials like mycelium or algae. Ways for us to even live longer or have abilities to augment our cognition, our mood, our thinking capacities. So we're in this moment where so much is technically possible, but what are the futures going to be?
So we're going to take you on an Afrofuturism journey, going from what we call algorithms of oppression to AfroRhythms of liberation. So Afrofuturism is about combining science fiction and fantasy to re-examine the future, the way it is currently imagined, and to envision alternative futures based on the Black experience. I leave you with that, to radically imagine the world through the homage to Black and Indigenous peoples whose civilizations were utterly destroyed over 500 years and who are still here and are still imagining the future. Let's imagine and radically imagine together.
We have these tension cards. These tension cards are going to frame the universe that we are about to create. We're going to vote for two tensions. Empathy. Ooh,
Oh, wow.
Wow. So the next phase of the game is we're going to frame the universe with empathy and ecotopia. Do we want 5, the most ecotopia empathy that we could possibly have in existence? Now, we're gonna build artifacts. So whatever is inspiring you, right? An object card and an inspiration card, or an object card and a system card, or 2 objects, you combine those and try to come up with something new. Who's feeling something?
Yeah, I'd like to combine sentience and tattoos.
What would a sentient tattoo be? What do it look like?
It's not necessarily something like that's permanent, but rather like in a moment.
Like that.
Like even right now, like some of the social anxiety that I feel talking to a bunch of strangers, like how does that manifest on my face or on my arms?
Yeah.
But we're gonna add some more into the mix.
Biofabrication, being able to use biological things to build things. What if entire buildings could be made out of mycelium? What if you could plant a seed into the ground and an entire skyscraper made out of trees and forests could spring from the ground?
We're also gonna add, bioaugmentation.
What if you wanted to be 10 feet tall, 15 feet tall? What if you wanted to be the size of a little ant? How can we augment our bodies, our minds, our collective civilization?
So the bioaugmentation that I'm imagining through language is this collective brain that we've developed, where nobody really knows where ideas come from anymore because they just sort of percolate through society, and nobody knows whether any particular person knows everything about one thing, but we know that collectively we know everything about what there is to know so far. So sort of the collective brain achieved through bioaugmentation via language.
The idea of getting on a subway and everyone being able to hear what I'm thinking and me being able to hear what everyone else is thinking in whatever language is incredibly anxiety inducing. And so I'm thinking about walls and how I might be able to share community with other people in public transport or in public space who also maybe need a little bit of silence because we don't have to experience quiet in solitude.
I was thinking about language, reparations, and biofabrication. Ooh. I think a lot of us have we've lost our language, our ancestral languages, especially ones that aren't written. And so then how could we have biofabrication, of reclaiming, what would that look like? Like reclaiming spoken language in a visual way?
Well, if it's biofabrication, what if the language is grown?
Yes.
What if the languages can what if the language can be represented in different types of beings that can be
Exactly.
planted and grown?
Agriculture can be a form of reparations. A lot of our land is so barren now. We can biofabricate our lands to create food that could actually help us live longer. So we can get away from synthetic and processed foods, and we can give back in a form of reparations.
What we do now is we as a planet of maximum ecotopia and a whole bunch of empathy get to decide on the artifact that best represents who we are.
So we have maybe 12 or so lovely, lovely artifacts. I think the biggest we've ever had. The communal response system is our obelisk.
Yes.
I am
Yes.
your vaccine. We are each other's vaccine.
The communal response system. So what we do with the artifact that best represents us as a planet in the universe is we turn that into an obelisk and we launch it into the universe, so every other planet or anyone else traveling throughout space, they come across our obelisk and they know who we are. We have had a tremendous amount of fun playing with you all. Thank you all for being here. And until the next game.